If a boat driver is negligent in causing your injuries, whether it's the boat you're in or another boat hits the boat you're in, then you have the right to compensation for your damages from the driver of whichever boat was at fault. Boating accident damages are the same as any other type of wreck, say on a highway or roadway in a motor vehicle. You're entitled to be compensated for your medical bills, both in the past that you've already incurred and medical bills that you will incur in the future. The same is true for lost wages. If you're unable to work, you're entitled to compensation for past and future lost wages. And then intangible damages, things like pain and suffering, mental anguish. Let's say you had a cut on your face, you'd be entitled to compensation for disfigurement. So the general personal injury damages would be available in a boating case. You're better off with an attorney in the state in which you were injured. That's most likely where any lawsuit would have to be filed. If you're on a lake in Texas but you live in Louisiana, for instance, and you get hurt on that lake, then you're going to be better off with a Texas lawyer almost all the time. Well, in our experience in handling boating accidents, there are really two main factors that play into them. Many boat operators aren't very experienced at doing that. They maybe drive a car on a daily basis, but they don't operate boats very often. They do things that are negligent just because they're not that familiar with driving a boat. The other thing is alcohol, that oftentimes people get out in boats and they don't think the same way they do as if they were driving a car, maybe a holiday weekend or some situation like that, and there's just too much alcohol involved. People's judgment gets impaired and they do things that they shouldn't do. When you combine those two things, somebody that's not as familiar with operating a boat as they should be, and they've had too much to drink, that's obviously a recipe for disaster.